Hey tubers and pickers, it's Drew, the California Picker. Welcome back to my channel, California Pickin'. And this is just a little follow-up video on this item I found on the street the other day, curbside, sitting on top of a dumpster. And I couldn't really even believe it. And I was looking at it from about a half a block away, and I noticed this thing, and I'm like, that thing is so cool. So, hey, stay tuned. We're going to take a closer look at this, but in the meantime, hit like and subscribe. Go ahead, smash that like button, guys. I know you're going to love this. Let's see if we can get 50 likes, all right, guys? Show me some picker love, all right? Oh, hey, thanks for the like. Let's get to it, shall we? So I'm walking home, running an errand, and I just come across this, guys. I can't even believe the stuff I've been finding on the streets and in the alleyways and on top of the dumpsters and just inside the dumpsters, and just pretty amazing luck. I can't even believe it myself, but I'm like a half a block away from this thing, and I see this object sitting on top of the dumpster, and I'm thinking, that looks to me like a triple winged World War I plane. And I'm like, how could that be? Like, I had to rub my eyes. Am I seeing things? And nope, sure enough, that's what it was, sitting on top of the dumpster. So I was like, whipped out my camera and phone, and I started shooting, and I just, showed you guys me finding this. I love that. And then I picked it up, and I was walking at home, and the wind started to blow, and I could actually feel this thing start to lift. I mean, it's amazing how these wings, this design of this wing, was able to lift that. I believe that's Leonardo da Vinci came up with that. Whereas you have a more rounded front part and a thinner back part. I think he's the real inventor of the airplane in the 15th century, Leonardo da Vinci. But yeah, when the wind blew, I started feeling this thing lift. And this thing is really big. I had a little bit of tough time walking it home because I had some other bags with me, but pretty incredible find, don't you think? So something I didn't mention in my video was that this is the Red Baron, World War I fighter. And if you guys remember, Snoopy used to fight the Red Baron in his Southworth camel, or don't know, it's been a long time, but Snoopy used to fly around on his doghouse fighting the Red Baron. Well, that's who this guy is right here. German World War I fighter. Pretty incredible. We're going to take a little closer look at these details on this plane, so let's go to it. So the other day when I was shooting the video, I showed you guys under here because I thought maybe this thing is not just a model for looks. Maybe this thing actually flies. I mean, pretty incredible. So I went under here, and I'm going to show you a close-up here of this unit right here, which is some kind of motor or electronics, electric motor. It doesn't look like it's gas powered. And this thing looks quite old. From the looks of this thing, I'm saying that this is like, 40 years old. Probably from the 70s. With all this metal and stuff, they don't make this stuff like this now. This is all heavy duty. Incredible. So it does have a couple little condition issues, but that could be understandable for being like hung around, something like that. This would make a great man cave piece, guys. Just hung from the ceiling. And that's what some people would just use it for. They wouldn't try to fly this thing today, but I think we could make some repairs back there, possibly. This is going to be a little bit harder with this back aileron. That would not be good if that failed during flight, because this thing would take a nosedive, I think. But I'm going to take you inside the cockpit, and we're going to look at this guy right here. Oh, first let's look at these ailerons. This is what led me to believe that this was like a working aircraft, because those ailerons actually move. If it was just a toy, why would they need to do that, And real screws, old screws with lots of dust around them and grime. can see the age on that. Incredible patina, really amazing. Now we're going to take out the flyer here and show you him, because he's got some major age to him. Look at that face. All cracked and crazed. That's old, guys. You don't get like that overnight. He looks kind of like G.I. Joe. And so maybe this is late 60s, early 70s, just don't know, but that looks quite old in his outfit and all that. He's missing a shoe, I think. But he was flying around in this thing for a long time, I think. Really amazing. Let's just put him back there right for now. So then I looked inside the cockpit. Let's just check that out, because that's got some cool information inside. I was pretty surprised to see all this electronic stuff, guys. With a switch, an old switch there. It's got some connectors. So if there's any RC experts out there, remote controlled airplane experts, you can chime in and tell me what I got, because I just have no experience with these, but this stuff looks really, vintage. This is all made out of not even balsa wood. It is balsa wood, I guess, but pretty sturdy stuff. It's not plastic or anything, But inside there, let's see if we can get a closer look at that. There's some electronics in there, maybe a solenoid or a electric motor, some battery packs, I don't know. I'm no electronics guy, that's for sure. Electronics are my weakness. I want nothing to do with electronics. But yeah, I really just wonder who made this airplane, and how many times did it fly, and can it fly again? That's the real question, I think. Let's put him back in there. Put his hands on the machine guns. He's been sitting in that cockpit for a long time. Just what a surprise on the way home, guys. Anyway, so like I said, if there's any RC experts out there, let me know. Leave your comment. And guys, what do you think about this? Is there a name on the beginning of this, or this on the prop? Is that a name right there? Can you read that? Huh, let's flip that over. What does that say? I don't know. That's probably a good clue, though. So I'm gonna have to look at the video later, because I just can't tell from this vantage point right here. But yeah, and I'm wondering what would it take to get this thing off the ground? It needs a wheel back here. It's missing a wheel. Let's take a look at that. On the underside of here, there should be a wheel right there. And this string does something back here. This tow string, I don't know what that is. What is that? I'm totally out of my element. Maybe that locks it into a certain flight pattern. I do not know. But yeah, all the stuff I've been finding on the street, it's just amazing. Legos and 1930s, 40s Art Deco scales, and car jacks, and vintage camera cases, and stuff in the trash that I rescue, and I don't let that stuff go to the trash on my watch. But yeah, so hit like and subscribe, of course. Hit that bell symbol. You'll be getting notified whenever I make a video, which is quite often these days. And you can hit me up on Patreon or PayPal, donate to my channel. Maybe so I can buy some better equipment and etc. Because I'd really like to do that and take you places that I'm not able to go to right now. But if not, just share it on Google Plus, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, all that stuff. Tell your friends about California picking. Tell them how I've been finding stuff on the street, guys. Absolutely free. Look at that. All right? Keep on picking. Cheers now.